Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the Shin to review Smackdown here tonight. Then I'll give a little bit more NFL news, a few things that come out after I talk about the NFL, most of the news today. We'll wrap it off with some NFL news to talk about. Let's review Smackdown here. So, I'm going to go over the card and then get my thoughts. So, I guess, go-home show, if you want to say, for Saturday night's main event tomorrow. January 23rd episode of Smackdown, the final episode of before Saturday night's main event, and the penultimate episode before the Royal Rumble next weekend. So WWE's in full hype mode for these upcoming events. So here's a look at what was scheduled, advertised for Friday's show. We had Damian Priest and Trick Williams, which ended up being the main event. Carmelo Hayes is a open challenge. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair versus Nia Jax and Lash Legend versus Julie and Kiana James, which is #1 contenders match for the women's tag titles. The White Six versus the motherfuckers. I'm sorry, my family tree for the men's tag titles, and Jay Cargill and Chelsea Green. So let's go over what went down. So the hometown hero, we start with Sami Zayn, obviously from Quebec, Canada, as usual. With the shots of SmackDown, the superstars arriving to SmackDown, walking backstage. Before we go to the live arena, Zayn's music Kenny came out to a big pop from the French-Canadian crowd. He talked about having a chance to become a #1 contender tomorrow night. He was quickly interrupted by Trick Williams. He said Zayn is on his level and he won't leave with a win. Zayn agreed they're not on the same level, but because Zayn is the best of the best, while Williams is still trying to reach his potential. Williams said he would fight Zayn right now, but he has to worry about his match with Damian Priest, which brought out Damian Priest to the ring. He speculated that Williams is scared of him, and that's why he didn't want to talk trash to him last week when they ran into each other. Trick Willie nailed Zayn with the mic, but Priest blocked his shot and started unloading him. Williams ended up pushing Priest and Zayn for escaping the ring. This was run-the-mill talking segment, but they did a decent job making it, I guess, entertaining. It followed a predictable pattern. But yeah, booking Zayn on any show in Canada is always guaranteed to make the crowd go pop for him. Next, we had Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov. WWE aired a backstage moment from earlier today that showed Hayes agreeing to put the title on the line against Dragunov in a rematch that kicked off the action. This was their third encounter in the main roster and 6th overall of their NXT matches included. So they know each other well, waste no time getting into it. Neither man had a clear advantage. They took each other out with clotheslines. The show cut to break. Dragunov had a cut near his eye from his match against Zayn that opened up again during his bout, but never seemed to slow him down. Just like their previous pass, these two have crossed paths to put on a really fun match. Make this just as fun as their previous match. Sally, with some controversy with The Miz, interfered, cost Dragunov the match. Once Melo spotted The Miz at ringside, he was upset. Looks like this was done so The Miz can get a match in the future instead of helping his former partner. But this was a pretty good match, just like most of their matches have been pretty good. Most of these U.S. title matches have been good. But yeah, Carmelo Hayes with another banger match. What do I have to say about that? So a pre-match meeting of the minds. Cody Rhodes gave an interview backstage with Michael Cole about facing Fatu. Fatu interrupted the interview and said he was only focused on Drew McIntyre when he cost Cody Rhodes the title. Rhodes brought up Fatu's prison record and said he has a history of not thinking in advance. Fatu said his choices made him a better man, but Rhodes still blamed him for losing the title. Fatu said he's not like the other Samoans Rhodes has faced, and he's more in control than everyone thinks. This was a really good segment. Didn't overstay its welcome and made both guys look like they had something to gain from this bout. This instantly raised the profile, which isn't easy to do with just like one segment. But this was a really, really good segment here. I thought between Fatu and Cody, that certainly moved Jacob Fatu in the right direction. I would say probably one of the best things about this show tonight. I like that they had Cody show a little bit more edge, and Cody kept dropping the prison line to Jacob was super edgy, and I hope WWE keeps making Cody be more aggressive like that. And I think the point of this segment was to have Cody come across as a dick. Is Cody going heel? Maybe. Who knows? I don't know if they're gonna have him heel. Maybe be super edgy, baby face. Maybe, I don't know. But this is pretty good, but something tells me Drew McIntyre could get involved in this match. But this was a pretty good segment here. Chelsea Green versus Jade Cargill. Green was shown trying to recruit Grace into her secret service, and Grace only agreed because she would get there for Cargill's match against Green Knight. Jade and Jordan had a brief encounter at ringside that allowed Green to hit a suicide dive and surprise the champion. Once they got into the ring and Cargill had a little time to recover, she beat Chelsea down the corner and then did push-ups in her face to taunt her. Even though she came to this a clear heel, she had the Canadian crowd support, obviously, which was increased by the fact that Cargill's a bigger heel right now. Cargill ended up winning the match in a few minutes. But the action we got in those few minutes was good thanks to Chelsea's efforts. Grace grabbed the mic and promised to challenge Cargill after she wins the Royal Rumble, unless she was up to put her time on the line right now. Jade entertained, they offered and left, but it's obviously clear WWE's working toward these two powerhouses facing off at some point. But with this, Green might have taken some recent comments made by Michael Hayes on WWE Unreal personally. Looked like she was trying even harder than usual. Shouldn't have to, because Chelsea can wrestle with anyone, but well, it's just her job to make everyone else look good. Maybe you could, well, who's Chelsea face? You could have her face anybody. Hell, call people up from NXT. Next we had the White Six versus the My Family Tree. This was a decent match, but it fell apart at the end with all the shenanigans at ringside. Honestly, having the titles off the Whites will hopefully lead to more competitive tag division on Smackdown again. I mean, honestly, don't care. It's probably a good decision because the Whites were awful as champs. They kind of killed the division. But this is just so heatless, man. In my opinion, like, this feud just so heatless, but it's probably the right thing because Fraxium, Street Profits, MCMG could be having bangers. So sure, they took the titles off the White, took the tag titles off the Whites, but who cares at this point? AJ Styles and Nakamura, Nakamura's officially set for Saturday night's main event tomorrow, so we're gonna get that tomorrow, Saturday night's main event. Nathan Frazier versus Johnny Gargano. Other than the ending, this is a pretty solid match. It looks like this feud will continue for now, which isn't a bad thing, but Gargano may need a new partner, obviously, with Tommaso Ciampa going to leave WWE. At the end. These are two guys that have a lot of similarities in their wrestling style, so it took them no time to find a groove, put on a solid match. Fortunately for Gargano, Candice LeRae accidentally cost him the match when she hit him instead of Frazier. When the dude outside put the mask on backwards, she hit Gargano, got rolled the fruit roll up. So yeah, pretty solid match here. But Gargano's theme song, they should have just kept his old theme song. His current one is awful by comparison. Drew McIntyre speaks. Pretty short promo, but it accomplished what it needed to accomplish. There's just not much to say about it. He wished Williams luck, but he talked some trash about Orton and Priest. He's really spoke about the four men. He mocked Rhodes and followed 2 segment from earlier in the show. That was really it. Flair and Bliss versus Julian James versus Legend and Jax. James and Julia won. Look, Kiana James I actually think has pretty good potential that's being wasted with his character. She's a great athlete, has a lot of charisma, but it feels all too gimmicky. WWE doesn't realize that, though. Kit Wilson and Cardona had a backstage segment implied they will have a match next week, but this match was whatever. I mean, it was, well, I guess it wasn't predictable, but it was alright, I guess. Julia and Kiana James win. Guess number 1 contenders, excuse me. This was a solid match. Damian Priest and Trick Williams in the main event. It's a solid match with an ending that left a lot to be desired, especially after some other dirty finishes earlier in the show. Priest wins by DQ. It's like, do we have to have all these finishes with interference? Can we just have a clean result? It's like, nowadays, it's like, especially the doofus son-in-law, Triple H, is afraid to have someone get pinned. We got another video for Obathemi, but still no word on when he'll arrive, so it may be a semi-surprise Royal Rumble debut. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Mackenzie Freeman and Anthony Sizemore are in next with the ARH Sports Overtime. Smackdown tonight, did a good job balancing, I guess, several stories while hyping up Saturday night's main event Royal Rumble the next 2 weekends. Finally talking about the Royal Rumble. Each segment and video package felt like served a purpose, but the biggest highlights of the night belonged to 2 matches, Gargano and Frazier, and Mello and Dragunov. WWE's found something special with these two, so it was a surprise to see him go back to this well so quickly. Tomorrow's show has the potential to be good with Saturday night's main event, but all depends on how WWE decides to book things. I'll give SmackDown like a 7 out of 10. I thought it was solid tonight. like Gargano and Frazier was good. Melon Dragunov was good. The Cody Fatu segment I thought was good. The main event was, I thought, good until the finish. Opening segment was alright. Like the Motherfuckers versus the White Six. Cargill and Chelsea. I'm just not really too. And with the tag match, what do people? I mean, I like Lash Legend, but I'm not that big on her. But yeah, that's all I'll say for SmackDown, honestly. 7 out of 10 show. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Just if you're here for the SmackDown review, I'm going to go over the little NFL news we have here to end off the night before we get into a busy Saturday. So let's end it off with some NFL news. So, Ian Rappaport, this is Pert's rumors. There's a, quote, legit chance the Bills hire Philip Rivers as their new head coach. Says at Rap Sheet he has a very strong relationship with quarterback Josh Allen, which can play an important role in this. Has anyone gone from playing to them be the head coach the next season? Oh my god, I thought there was no way. He said the chances of him being the next head coach are not zero, so that would be awesome. Just imagine the speeches. I could see him being a head coach. The dude was in the league forever and competing at a high level. It's not like he doesn't have any idea how teams are run and how and why decisions are made. I don't hate the idea. But the Bills do need to improve their roster first at receiver. They need to get a legit receiver one. But people be like, oh, this makes no sense. He knows how probably what to do. Don't think Philip Rivers is dumb. Per report, the Jets are keeping offensive coordinator Tanner Engstrand, but his role and responsibilities are still being defined. The Jets had the 29th ranked offense last season and need to improve. I don't know if he's it's hard to judge a roster when there's not real. Is there that much talent outside of Brees and Garrett? But his play calling, I don't know if this dude, man. His play calling maybe ain't that good, but the roster sucks. It's hard to judge. It's hard to imagine Aaron Rodgers joining the Vikings for the 2026 season, says Tom Pelissero. No shit. That's from JPA Football. Let's see what we have here from Rappaport. This is from Tom Pelissero. Per source, the Dolphins are hiring Kyle Smith as their assistant GM, who is most recently the same title in Atlanta as the respective evaluator. He also serves as VP of player personnel with the Commanders and was a key role in Atlanta. Now he's headed over to Miami. Brian Dable and Matt Nagy are among candidates who interviewed for the Eagles offensive coordinator vacancy. The Eagles offensive coordinator job is the ultimate boom or bust right now. Probably for Brian Dable. That's from Rappaport. Let's see if we have anything to end off here with Shefty. What the fuck is it at? Oh, there it is. Let's see if we have anything else to end off here with Schefter. There's some stuff here. The Cleveland Browns, they completed a second head coaching interview with Grant Udinski. And the Falcons completed an interview with Joe Douglas for their general manager position. Joe Douglas? Oh, God. If he gets hired, then Falcons will still be ass. Receiver Mike Collins for the Patriots was a full participant in Friday's practice. He'd been limited since his return. The deadline is Saturday at 4 p.m. to activate him to the active roster. The Dolphins, per sources, are hiring former Bills special teams coordinator Chris Tabor as their special teams coordinator, so in division move. So, yeah, that's really all I gotta say for this video. SmackDown review and a little bit of NFL to end off the night. So, there's gonna be a big winter storm coming. I'm just warning you in advance here at the end of the video. But there could be ice, so if the power goes out and I don't upload, that's why. But I'm hoping the power doesn't go out. It's mostly snow. But we'll see, man, what the weather does. But yeah, leave a like and subscribe for more. Peace. Have a good night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for college basketball, the Warriors game. That might be it. We'll see what else. And Saturday night's main event.